change channel.
Hi, my name is Vincent Pure. I am the youngest bottle that belongs to the Chung family. I am happy to be invited for today's knowledge show, and even happier to expand more from what you know about my family, the medicated oil. Now, let's start the show.
He's so cute.
My family, the Sang Pure medicated oil, is one of the most popular used among Vietnamese people. Actually, we are at the third place for this Vietnamese Choice Award this year. Not only Vietnamese, but the Asian culture in general is very familiar to the medicated oil. From China to Laos, Cambodia and also Japan. We are really accessible. You can see and buy us in a big supermarket, to a local market, or even just an ordinary grocery store. The usual ingredients we contain are menthol oil, peppermint oil, cinnamon oil, and camphor. Peppermint and menthol oil have a relaxing effect on muscles and can reduce tension headaches. Camphor is often used to treat pain and itching, but too much camphor can be poisonous when ingested. So be careful. There is a trick not everyone knows, so I am going to teach you now before we run out of time. It is annoying to see insects fly around our food on the table, and I don't think anyone would like that. So to avoid them, you just simply need to drop some medicated oil on the table before eating, and you will not see even one fly around your food anymore. I would love to share more tricks, but our time is limited. But one more reminder before I say goodbye. Remember to always wash your hand after using medicated oil, because you don't want to accidentally rub your face with a handful of menthol or peppermint or cinnamon oil. And for now, goodbye, have a nice day, and we will see you next week.
When my parents had the three of us, we were not exactly in the middle class. It was not that we struggled. We had enough to live an ordinary life. However, that was not my parents' plan. They worked hard for the plans of our future, for what they never had and wanted us to have. And as the result, we did not see them home often. They left very early in the morning and came back home when we were all asleep. Even though that did not sound like a normal family, we never complained, since we always had grandma all along. At that time, our house was in quite a complicated district, which includes all the bad things that people want to keep their children from. All the things that you can never or read from a newspaper existed in that area. Me and my brothers, we knew all about those things that even my grandma never dared to mention. And she was the person that secretly kept us from the dark side. She was not only our grandma, she was our mother, our father, and most of all, our friend in need. In our Asian culture, it is okay to apply physical lecture. I try to avoid the word beat, but I guess it turns out awkward. Well, it is okay to apply physical lecture on your children when they disobey. She would do that too if we would not listen to her or follow bad people to do bad things. But of course, No kids in the world would think their parents love them after giving them birth egg. But whenever I think back about those times, I remember she always rubbed medicated oil on wherever she lectured us. Maybe that was a sign of love that helped me to forgive her every time it happened. And even though I was a strong kid who could stand against the physical lecture, even though I was a strong kid who could stand against the physical lecture of grandma, which is pretty tough, I could not stand against the weather. Throughout the rainy season, my body temperature dropped really quickly. It was normal for me how my hands and feet were cold as ice when I was in a really thick blanket. I did not find anything to be worried about, unlike my grandma. I knew it was just a thing about my body. For my grandma, it was an eternal cold I had for the whole season. And as I got to sleep, she always waited until my sleep was deep to apply medicated on my feet bone. And it did not only give me the warmth for my body, but for my feelings also. That was why I never told her to stop, even though I hated the smell in my blanket. She even changed her favorite medicated oil brand for me, because I just couldn't stand it, and that is for me another sign of love.
Cây xanh thì trái cũng xanh, cha mẹ hiền lành mà để đức cây từ thuở còn non, dạy con từ thuở mà dạy con từ thuở con còn ngây con ngủ nằm
Con nhớ ngoại.